Welcome to Running Eggs Gaming. Today we will be comparing different versions of your favorite video game characters. That's right, Sonic the Hedgehog, Tails, Knuckles, and of course, Shadow the Hedgehog. We will be covering 4 different versions of these beloved characters. Sonic Movie 3 versions, Sonic video game inspired figures, Sonic comic book character versions, and Sonic Funko Pop versions. So stick around till the end to see all the different versions and let me know down in the comments which ones are your favorites. First off, we have Sonic the Hedgehog himself, the True Blue Blur. This is his Sonic Movie 3 version. Man, have we come a long way since Ugly Sonic in that first Sonic 1 movie trailer. As you can see, his shoes are super highly detailed. These figures have a ton of different movable parts and articulation. I also really appreciate that the proportions of these figures are so well done that they stand really well on a shelf or on a display. Next up, we got Sonic's best pal, Tails, or Miles Prower. This one is super impressive because even his tails have articulation. Not as much detail on the shoes as Sonic or the other characters, but Tails' shoes are pretty straightforward. I also really appreciate how they did the eyes on these characters. They make them seem so live. Next up, we have the heavy lifter of the group, Knuckles the Echidna, the last of his kind. I love that they decided for Knuckles' shoes to put him in Timberlands. They're perfect, and the colors are awesome. It's also so interesting to see Knuckles in live action, since he wears these giant boxing gloves, and seeing them articulated is a little bit strange, but works. It's the Flames of Disaster! Last for the Sonic Movie 3 figures is Shadow the Hedgehog. Boasting the highest amount of detail for Shadow's hover shoes, they did an amazing job transitioning these from the video games to live action. Shadow's fur is so detailed and his color markings are so vibrant. I think they did an amazing job on this figure and I can't wait to see him in the movie. Keanu Reeves! As you can see, the main difference between all these figures is that the movie characters are much more grounded in reality, with realer looking textures and realer looking clothing. I thought that the fur would look a little bit strange in a toy, but the figures look so good with the texture and give it so much more personality. They did a good job of keeping what gives the video game characters their iconic looks while still differentiating them and giving them a unique new look for the movies. I can't believe we're 3 movies in and we're finally getting Shadow the Hedgehog in all his awesome, edgy glory. Let's quickly touch on one of my favorite versions of all of these characters, the IDW comic books. They did such a good job capturing the spirit of each of these characters from the video games and giving them almost more personality in the animation. Last up, just for fun, I thought we'd throw in the Funko Pop series of Sonic the Hedgehog figures. Love them or hate them, these are easy to collect and so fun to display. As of today, there are so many different versions of Sonic the Hedgehog Funko Pops, and it doesn't seem like they're stopping anytime soon. Here's one last run through of all the figures we talked about today. Thanks again so much for joining me on Runny Eggs Gaming. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you want to see more like this. Like and add a comment down below letting me know who your favorite of these characters are and which your favorite version is. Thanks again for watching, and this is Runny Eggs Gaming. I'll see you on the other side of the sunny side.